And
it sure was. Ooh, okay.
And I feel the things that we talked about, and if I'm not mistaken, we talked about being consistent with us making time for one another, making time with the kids, being consistent in our spirituality. So these are the things that I don't remember everything we talked about, but I just remember that part. I think that
We probably should have reviewed that before.
too late.
It's too late. We here.
So I feel that we've, there was a point where I think we had to adjust. We fell off a little bit, and we had to adjust and get back on track in all those areas. But I think we did consistently with us, made time for us, and really, because for me, I'd say for me, because we really, we talked a lot. We would make sure our priority was we had our date night, and we took time to do it. So that's why I feel we really took that time to really focus on us, regardless of what else was going on, all the madness was going around.
Yes.
We took the time for us to really, digress, or to just take time for us, sit and talk. Because, like I said, if you just think about it, we was out when we was doing our date night, we'd be outside for 3-4 hours.
We would be out there a good minute.
3-4 hours be out there talking.
Yep.
So it's we really was able to just talk and freely just tell us what's going on, what we're feeling, things like that, and just kind of what direction we want to go, and helping each other get back on track. So
this is the B-side, 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 the marriage. This is the B-side, 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 the marriage.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of the B-Side of Marriage podcast. I'm your host, Rashonda, and this is my husband and co-host,
Jason.
And here at the B-Side, we talk about everything related to marriage, the good, the bad, the real, the A, and the B-side. So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Welcome to the family. And if you're returning, well, you already know what it is and what it isn't. All right, so if you're watching us on YouTube, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and do all of that on all of the audio platforms.
As well, follow us on Facebook at the B-Side of Marriage and on Instagram at B-Side of Marriage.
All right. I can't believe we did it in one take, y'all. We are rusty, but it didn't show.
Rusty dusty, yep.
Like riding a bike, I guess is what they say. That's what the people say. Anyways, yeah, so we're here, season finale.
Yeah, it's been
a long season, y'all.
Yeah, it's been a long season, yeah. We hit 100 episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so let's not go into
too far.
that.
Yeah,
I was just saying, season finale.
Yeah.
So we like to start every episode with a and a B-side moment from our week, but since it's been a while since we recorded, just through all the times.
So my A and B side moment was, for Thanksgiving we actually was able to, we did a tradition this past 3 years with my brothers that we get together, so all the cousins and us as brothers and our family can get together. So that was really good, being able to go to our family, go to my brother's new house, and just spend time with them for the whole week. Even just to catch up with, I know another one of our close brothers, and be able to kind of recreate some photos back from 2006 when we was on a cruise together. So it was kind of fun and hilarious to be able to recreate those pictures.
Sorry, I have to do it because talking to me, and I don't want to talking to me this whole episode. Okay, now continue.
And I'll say my B-side, honestly, was, I'll be honest, just thinking about my mom, because just the time that we spent, with my brothers and had all the, the grandkids, it was just the moment I wish my mom was there to be able to just laugh and be there with us. because I know she would enjoy just being with all the grandkids and just hanging out and just laughing and playing cards and so it was that. Those are my A and B side. What about you?
So my A side, I have plenty. We're gonna go with my birthday. It was a good time. It was a good time. And although it wasn't as low key as I wanted it to be, but it was still pretty chill. And then to, in essence, in a couple of weeks, then go and do Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And then to do anniversary leads me into my B-side. I'm tired.
Oh.
I think I've reached a new level of tiredness.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. Mm-hmm. And so that is my B-side. Just being ready for this quarter to be over. Try to catch my breath to finish. It's just, yes. So.
Okay. All right. So our second segment is a PDP share, where we share something we are reading, watching, or listening to. Mm-hmm. What you got, babe?
So I'm going to share something that has gotten great reviews. I am hoping that I will read it. I'll start reading it. Actually, I should be reading it now when y'all watching it, so we'll see. But it's the book is The Garden Within by Dr. Anita Phillips. I am very interested in how she ties therapy with spirituality, and since that's right up my street, so anyways, but it's supposed to be a really reflective book. It has great reviews, even Oprah said it's a great book. So I would recommend that.
Okay. Well, mine is it's a new show called Monarch on Apple TV. And it's if you've never watched the whole Godzilla and all the different, this actually puts it in kind of present time, but a little bit further. But it gives you backstory and it connects all those movies, because it's based off of all those movies of kind of how it all began. So they kind of cut back and forth to go back when Monarch first started and then now present day. So it's really good. It's really good because it's using characters from both. If you never watch it, I was like, this is something that, again, I grew up watching with my dad. So it's really good how they're tying it in from the past movies and tying into a TV series. Is pretty good. So yeah, that's mine.
All right. So that brings us to the main topic.
All right.
What are we talking about?
No, you tell me what we're talking about.
Y'all, not only is this the season finale, it is our anniversary.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. I thought you were going to make some kind of noise.
I'll put that in the thing.
I don't know.
So we're celebrating our 15th year.
Our 15th year.
15th year, and it's kind of funny that this is our third season, and it's the first time we've ever done an anniversary.
Well, that's the point. So on this episode, I want us to talk about kind of not only reflect on the podcast season, but also reflect on our marriage, how our marriage has developed, and then talk about what we're planning for both the podcast and the in our marriage, some of the goals we want to achieve in 2024. Because literally, we're in that season now, and meaning that the time to do this, because usually, we have to stop because of life and grief.
Life be life and grief.
Well, it's usually it's grief.
Yeah, that's true.
Because this is a very so I have all the questions, but because this is a very difficult part of the year for us.
Correct. Yeah.
So what do you, so I guess my question is, how do you think we've handled it? How have we grown?
What, in 3 years?
Well,
or
in this amount, like to handle this part of the year.
Just this year, you saying?
Just this year, because like I said before, we've always cut the season off earlier.
Yeah.
Because it was too much.
I think what has helped this season for us is kind of just how much we've been around family.
Okay.
From us going to my cousin's wedding, being with family, then turning around and doing Thanksgiving, being with family. So It's like, I think us being around family, I think it has helped. On top of that, I think as kind of what we always, not say we always do, but because we are, I guess life is lifing. That's how I say it. Life is lifing. Mm-hmm. We are, we're still putting, I guess I'll look at it this way. When we first started this season, we was talking about, the word of the year was consistency.
Yeah.
And
it sure was. Ooh. Okay.
And I feel the things that we talked about, and if I'm not mistaken, we talked about being consistent with us making time for one another, making time with the kids, being consistent in our spirituality. So these are the things that, I don't remember everything we talked about, but I just remember that part. I think that
we probably should have reviewed that before.
Too late.
It's too late. We here.
So I feel that we've, there was a point where I think we had to adjust. We fell off a little bit, and we had to adjust and get back on track in all those areas. But I think we did consistently with us, made time for us, and really, because for me, I'd say for me, because we really, we talked a lot. We would make sure our priority was we had our date night, and we took time to do it. So that's why I feel we really took that time to really focus on us, regardless of what else was going on, all the madness was going around.
Yes.
We took the time for us to really, digress, or to just take time for us, sit and talk. Because, like I said, if you just think about it, we was out when we was doing our date night, we'd be outside for 3-4 hours.
We would be out there a good minute.
Like 3-4 hours be out there talking.
Yep.
So it's like, we really was able to just talk and freely just tell us what's going on, what we're feeling, things like that, and just kind of what direction we want to go, and, helping each other get back on track. So what about you?
That's why having this conversation is really good, because we haven't talked about this.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't talk about anything leading up to the recording.
Correct.
To recording, because I was feeling like, were we running? Like, were we making ourselves busy so we didn't have to feel?
Gotcha.
Like initially when we were dealing with the deaths.
Yeah.
Because I felt like, at the time of, like, we were still grieving your mom, and then Dad got sick, and I had Ivy.
Yeah.
We had Ivy.
I'm sorry, yeah.
But she was 6 months at that point.
Yeah.
She was 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
About
anyway,
that.
she was a baby, so she was very needy, and I remember just having focusing on taking care of her, and then we found out we were having Micah, and so it was like, it was like we were just surviving.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering, did we do that this year? Did we didn't really continue our healing journey, or did we just say, this is a busy time, let's get busy? This is a difficult time of the year, let's get busy.
Again,
that's why I was like, but it's different perspectives.
Yeah. So
I know, it's just different perspective. I felt like maybe we were just being busy.
Okay.
But you were like, no, because we were surrounding ourselves with family. So that's why we were able, like I said.
And
Different
again, like I said,
perspectives.
we was talking. Like
We were talking.
We were talking, so that's why I was like, if you've taken count into consideration of what we did, like when we had Ivy and then Micah, we was talking and passing because it was either taking care of the kids, making sure, I was going to work. So we was talking, but we wasn't talking with each other.
Yeah.
So with this year is different because again, we were actually like really engulfed in conversation and talking about not just superficial things. We were talking about really, inner things that. And
I agree.
so that's again, that's how I feel about it. So
yeah, no, I mean I do agree. I will say, I do think that this year was all about transitions.
a lot of them, yeah.
And we've said we've had to transition and pivot before. I felt like we did it. We have to do it again. But it just felt different though. So I don't know if it was different because we were more intentional about being consistent, like in us communicating, having our date nights, whatever. Because even when it got to a point where we're like, there's something that was weighing on me or some weighing on you about us, we would just be like, okay, we need to talk about it. But now it's not we can't do it now.
Correct.
When can we do it? I felt like it was just we were even intentional about that, making sure we're having the time to discuss something because we know it's us. I think we did more acknowledging and verbalizing. Oh, something's not right.
Yeah.
We know it's not right.
Yeah.
But we're gonna set this time to talk about it.
Yeah.
We're not just gonna
Gloss
continue to
over
do it in silence though, because I think before we would do more.
We just eat it up.
Yes, hold it in. It'll get better, or we'll forget about it, and then once we forget about it, it's fine until the next thing comes up and blows up.
Yeah.
So I do think it was us being intentional, even with date nights, even if it wasn't how we even if it wasn't every week. But we did a good stint where it was every week.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think that was really something good that I hope we can carry into
the next year.
The next year for sure. So so what else is the takeaway from this past year?
I'm not saying this as.
Oh gosh.
No. Because when we started off the year, it was. I don't remember if it was the first episode or going into close to the first couple episodes.
Wow.
You're concerned about me.
Oh yeah.
Taking on the responsibilities of being the responsibility.
Yes. So let's talk about it. I was concerned because I have been the one doing a lot of the heavy lifting for the house and the kids and stuff. So there was a role switch.
Yeah.
So being that you have pretty much been in it for this whole year, how does it feel? What was something you didn't expect? Yes.
So to be honest with you, and I've said it in probably multiple podcasts, is this is something I had to do, and I'm trying to remember how I said it before, just to kind of make it plain. But this is not something that I guess I feel that I need to do, but it's something that I had to do. For again, like I said, for 9 years, you was pretty much holding it down, and whatever came my way, it wasn't going to deter me because I knew this is something that is needed for the season that we're in right now, for what we're trying to build. So it never deterred me. Yeah, there was times I got frustrated. I'm not gonna lie, because again, this is not only is it new for me, but it was new for the kids because they had to get used to me being there for doing stuff. me having conversations after school, me getting them to do their homework, you know, and the tugging on that. So that's what I'm saying. I'm all for it. I'm all for it because you know, you know, one of the things that I didn't not say I didn't have, but I felt like I was saying I wasn't present. Now I feel that I'm more present. They see my face, that I'm here, you know, and not just that I'm here, but that I'm actually more involved in the things that they're doing. I guess there was a question you said that what was something that was
that you didn't expect or was different than what was expected. It doesn't have to be a negative.
No, it's not a negative. I guess for me, it was more of how much I really had to like learn to organize my day and what I like and how I had to manage certain things. Because that, for me, again, I go to work, do what I got to do, and then I come home. But now it's different being able to, again, manage me working out, me taking the kids where they need to go, me coaching, making sure we had food in the house, like all those different things. I had to learn to kind of manage that and figure out how to plan all that stuff. So, yeah. I can say, and I'll say this, one thing that I'm going to be working on more in 2024 is, the posting for BSide, because I know that's a lot that was on you and I need to do better. That's one thing that I want to focus on. So, because I know I kind of, a lot of that I was leaning on you, and I tried to, but I just haven't really jumped in and did it. So that's something I know that I'm working on in 2024. So.
Okay.
So what about you?
About what?
The question you just asked me.
Oh, about the I would say
because
it's different.
It's not the same question.
Yeah.
I guess the flip side is being that you had a role reversal and you had to be okay how I was doing stuff, how I was managing the household because you was doing it. How did when did you let the reins go so I can do it, or more as
when did I let the reins go? I don't know if I did. So let's start there. But no, I will say we didn't know really what we were getting into but we just knew that it was going to have to, roles were going to have to be reversed.
Okay.
I mean, initially it was difficult because I felt like I needed to still do a lot of things.
Okay.
That's still something that I'm working through. Identifying what I need to do versus what I want to do. Okay. To be able to prioritize efforts. But honestly, once you what's going on? Well, once you understood, I think you understood the different pieces. Okay. That needed to be juggled.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think that is when I was like, oh, okay. He understanding. Because it's not a matter of, I gotta cook. Yeah. It's meal planning, then grocery ordering, then it is the prep. Yeah. And so for you to understand all the different steps that go into it, I was like, yeah, he got it. He's getting it, and it'll be fine. Also, too, I think we both, we released a lot of things of how things should be, like our idea of what good looks like, if that makes sense. For
Elaborate.
us, what it means to actually win or be successful. It's not that, everybody needs to sit down and have dinner.
Okay.
If we eating the same thing all week, it doesn't matter. At least we eating.
We eating.
So it was a lot of those little things we have to have a variety. The kids need to,
Yeah,
we start to let some of that stuff go.
Yeah.
So that I think it it also relieved stress and pressure off of you as well. I would say you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you. I appreciate it, babe.
Because the juggle is real.
It is.
But I think you were able to figure it out and come up with your way. And honestly, I had no choice but to accept it because, well, one, it helped me with my control, like my need to be involved in every decision.
Okay.
I don't have to be involved in every decision.
Gotcha.
Also, too, I've seen the growth in our kids because we've also released things to them.
That is true.
Like some things that they can do
to help.
And so seeing them take it but just like, of course you still got to remind them like, hey, you did that, but you forgot, this, but having them to be able to, own stuff and become involved in the household too. Yeah. I just think we were able to really do that well.
No, I agree. No, I definitely agree about that.
Which was completely, I didn't expect it to go like that, but it did. So that's enough reflection for now.
Okay.
So let's talk about our anniversary. 15 years.
I know, right? We originally said 15. We was gonna do.
We were so naive.
We was like, hey, we got 15. We gonna do a vow renewal. Get the kids. No, man. No, man.
Yeah. So, what we typically do and what we always recommend is your anniversary needs to be celebrated in some kind of way. Mm-hmm. Because it's our 15th year and because of the season that we were in, we were not going to do a big thing.
Correct.
We were just going to probably just do dinner. Mm-hmm. We were keeping it low key because I still got school. It's a lot. But so what happened? Yeah. It was it's just randomly just switched.
So.
Oh gosh.
How do I say this? So my wife, she has her. I guess when she sleeps, she wakes up. She just gets thoughts and she starts texting. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of how it happened.
Really?
Because you had. This was the third iteration of an idea of what to do.
Yes.
So it started on.
I don't remember all the iterations.
I don't remember all. I just remember it went from one thing.
It did.
And then 2 weeks later, it changed to something else. And then finally, it's like, oh, we should do that. Yes. We was always talking about that. And then the reason why it stuck was like, all right, I'm booking it. Because that's what.
Well, yeah, because I was like, we need to have a real conversation because it was a deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what
happened. So so the first iteration, we were just going to be like, oh, that's what it was. The first iteration was we were going to take a trip, but it was going to be deferred. So we were going to combine it with my graduation.
Yep, that is true. Yeah.
So it was going to be a graduation and anniversary trip in the summer because we were going to combine. It was going to be great. We were doing all things. Mm-hmm. But then what had happened was money started looking weird. Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, because this is the thing. It's like, oh, if we going on that big trip, we got to do deposits and stuff now.
Yeah, we couldn't do it,
And we...
Not that we couldn't do it.
We didn't want to.
We didn't want to,
because we were like, because we didn't really know where we wanted to go. We weren't really sure when I would graduate. Yeah. It was still a lot of things up in the air. So we were like, okay, we'll just book it later. Mm-hmm. But that later was, was becoming too close to us pulling the trigger. Also, where we were trying to go, you got a plan. And we would, and that was the thing. The magnitude of the trip, we wasn't planning
we wasn't because
it wasn't in our budget.
Not even that. Everything that's going on is not say that type of planning. We had the energy.
But we didn't. Yeah,
we had also energy.
Wasn't saving for it.
Yeah, no, that's the other thing. Yeah,
we were saving like it was Mexico.
Correct.
And it was not
it's
Mexico.
It's not Mexico.
Okay, so we were like, okay, so that's why I was like, okay, well, we'll redo our master bedroom.
Yep, that was the other one.
That was the thing. I was like, we'll just do, because that's our space. And could we been exactly got choked up, huh? Because we
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry. Wow, I really, when you said it, it just, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
goodness.
we going to do the master bedroom, and because we've done other places, other spots in the house, but we have yet. Our room is still not looking like we're grown adults.
Correct.
It looked like we just we probably got to start a house. That's what our bedroom looked like. Like one of them starter bedrooms. That's what it looked like. So I was like, oh, okay, we'll do that. But then I was thinking, I was like, that's kind of depressing. What did y'all do for your anniversary? Oh, we redid our room. And I was like, that would be fine for like a non-milestone. I was like, this is 15 years. This is a big deal. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, okay, we finna do, cause we have like, it's like a bucket list for travel. Yeah. It's like travel bucket list. Mm-hmm. I said, I know what we finna do. We finna go on the wine tour.
Yeah.
I mean, the wine train.
Wine train, yep.
So I'm like, let me look it up. I said, oh, that's a commitment. But I was like, let me see what a stay. Because I was like, if I can find a place to stay, I'm like, and I like fall in love, I'm more than likely going to do all the things to make sure it happens.
Yeah.
So I start searching. And then I remember, I was like, ooh, I remember these celebrities had went to this one hotel. Let me just see what the prices are. Because I already knew, because that was the whole thing, that was the agreement. It was just going to be a short little couple of days. Mm-hmm. Because I had seen on the Instagrams, social media is bad sometimes. But I seen this one couple who got a lot of kids. But for their anniversary, no, they do. They got a lot of kids. They got more kids than we do. They got a lot of kids. They like did this like, it was like a 2-day kind of thing. Like they flew out early one day. That night was their anniversary. Like they did a anniversary thing. Then the next day they had a full day and they flew home. Mm-hmm. And I said, if it's just the two of us, we can do that. Yeah. So we were just supposed to go for a couple of days. And I'm like, okay, couple of days. Our wedding day is today. Okay. So I'm like middle of the week, fine, bet. We can go do what we got to do. I don't have to take off for no time. Like I can, finagle it. Like I will have to like take one day off, but I can still do my internship. Like I'm like, I got it. Mm-hmm. Then I found the hotel. Then the hotel had a deal. So then I come home and I'm like, okay, babe.
No.
What did I do?
No, she texted me first.
Okay.
Because you texted me.
But I didn't text you about the hotel.
No, you texted me and said, when I get home, we need to talk. And I was like, what? Like, so again, fellas, if your wife says we need to talk and doesn't give you context, you start to think, what happened?
I told you, I said it's about the anniversary.
No, but you said we need to talk, and then after that you said it's about, but how you preface it, we need to talk, and then another line after that.
Yeah. But he was already irritated, though. You were already irritated by the anniversary.
Yeah, I was irritated.
Because usually I feel like we try to take turns. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily, and we decide if we're going to do a trip or not, but we try to take turns. Yeah. And I think because we fell off the year that our last trip, because we had Phil died. Yeah. So that kind of took some of the steam out. No, it didn't take some. It took all the steam out.
All the steam out, yeah.
And so then we were just like, oh, we'll start doing like kind of local things.
Correct.
But then I'm just like, I don't want to stay at a hotel if I can go home. I like my bed. Yeah. Our bed is good. Our decor is not. So that's why I was like, if I'm staying, I don't like stay, that's too close to stay. Like, Houston offers a lot, but I don't want to stay in a hotel if I can go home. No, we had another iteration.
There's another one?
Yes. Because remember, we were going to stay in the Four Seasons.
Oh, yeah, you did. I remember that one because I was like, I don't want to go to no Four Seasons, but yeah.
But you did when I saw. Or I was like, look, we can get this. So that's how we ended up with the on the wine train, because I started looking at Four Seasons in Houston, and I'm like, oh, if I'm paying that price, let me just see what the prices are in Napa, and then I'm like, oh, they're comparable, so
Yeah.
let me just see. Then I was like, oh, literally, this is my train of thought. Then I'm like, oh, I remember that one resort, or it was a hotel that these celebrities had stayed, or they weren't really, they're influencers. They stayed in. It looked gorgeous. Let's just see. It's our 15th year. We'll splurge a little bit. It's only like a couple nights. Then that hotel ended up having a deal. And I said, we got to do it. So that's when I came home and we talked, and I showed them, because I was like, you got this visual. Okay, ladies, men are visual human beings. Show them that visual. So I was like, ooh, and we can get this room, and then little like this, and do like this. And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, well,
How much?
how much? I already knew. I was ready. He was like, how much? And I was like, well, this is the deal. And then he was like, really? I was like, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so then he's like, let's do it.
Yeah, I did say that, yeah.
So we were in lovely Napa.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. So we did a little time continuum type of situation, because you already know we're not recording this podcast on our actual anniversary. But we love y'all.
We love y'all.
So much, and that's how intentional and consistent we are, that we're still giving you a new episode on our anniversary day.
Facts.
So, what do we like to do on our anniversary? Especially if we're taking a trip.
I'm gonna say sleep.
Okay.
No, like honestly, sleep. For
the peoples, to help the peoples out, what do the peoples need to be doing around their anniversary every year?
Oh, I'm like,
oh Lord.
You say like when we go to a trip, what we do? Oh, we get some we get some R&R. We get some sleep. We eat. We like I said,
we do.
We foodies, so we eat.
Yeah, we gonna
you know,
and we gonna sip.
We definitely gonna sip.
We gonna sleep.
We can find some entertainment wherever we at.
Music.
Music. My throat, I don't know why my throat all of a sudden just got a tickle in it. So, but again, like I said, it's more about us making more memories together. You know, us, and it's not, I'll say it like this, it's not so much I want to make memories to share with people. It's just, I want to make those memories with you and just do something, not so much different, but just do something with you, whatever it may be.
Okay.
So, what about why?
I gave you an alley-oop and you did an air ball on a dunk.
No, I didn't do air ball.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
What do we do every anniversary, around our anniversary every year? We plan. We host like a vision retreat.
We do. Oh, I was like,
right.
What? You're
See?
right. No, you're right. We do. Yeah. No, that was an alley, but I missed that one.
Yes, that's what I said. You
right.
airball
You
the
sure right.
dunk.
Yeah. No, we always dedicate some time, even not even saying a day, but we dedicate time where we talk about, you know, vision for what we're going to do for the new year, as well as, you know, not just for our relationship, for the B-side, for, you know, our kids. So we put all that together, and we actually write it down. We talk and write it down. So it's not just us verbalizing, we actually put it down so we can actually look over that year and say, okay, we accomplished this, we did that, we did that. So we have kind of like, not saying running tab, but a tab to show us the progress we've done over the year. And then even if something hasn't, you know, we didn't able to complete that, we can actually add it on to the new year. So.
Well, we have a conversation, we reevaluate. Is this something that we need to carry forward?
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
If it is, okay, so then what were the drawback, or what prevented us from executing it this year?
Correct, yeah.
So that we can put a better plan in place for next year. Now, we'll talk, it's more of a vision casting. It's like a reflection of our previous year. as well as then it's vision cast for next year. So we don't necessarily like go all in like into the weeds, because we have that conversation later on. But we do cast a vision in high level goals for all of those categories. Correct. So we can then have a more practical, tactical conversation later on. And for this, we highly, highly, highly recommend. We're not really into New Year's resolutions.
No, that is true.
But we do feel like every year, and every year you need to like review, how are things going on with us? Like, yes, we talk business, yes, we talk about our family and our kids, but we also like socially, like emotionally, how are we doing? Spiritually, how are we doing? Like sexually, how are we doing? Like, we talk about all that because you need to take, like, you do it for work. You every so often you evaluate your performance there. So the same thing for your marriage. That way, because you might think you're hitting it out the park, and your spouse is like, I've been waiting for this moment because you've been doing this and this and this, and it's not working. Right?
No, you're right.
So that's what I'm saying. So
I'm laughing because how you're saying certain things. So it's like,
I mean, well, and that's what I said. I feel like this year we've had a lot of those conversations during date night.
Correct.
Because listen, intention is not the same as the reality.
Correct.
You can have the best intentions and it does not land how you want it to land. So having that conversation is important. So we always recommend doing it around your anniversary, because that date is also more sentimental to you. Like, it's a date for you guys. So you don't have to worry about all the hustle and bustle from other people, because this is on your time. This is you taking time to focus on your relationship around your anniversary. And because we say you need to celebrate your anniversary, you can't ever forget. Like, New Year's resolutions, there's a lot going on, New Year's Eve parties and blah, blah, blah. And then you be like, oh, I need to make some resolution. If your resolution, oh, we need to work out together, now you got to fight with 100 other people who now started at the gym because they're trying to lose weight as part of their New Year's resolution. So I'm just saying, it's easier, it's more convenient for you to do it around your anniversary, because that is your own personal reminder.
Correct. No, you're right. No, that's... I did miss that alley.
Yes, you did. You sure did. And so we also have I need you to fix that.
I'm trying. That's why I got a throat thing. I'm sorry.
And we also have a resource, a downloadable available. So check out our website. We'll hopefully put the link in the notes.
Yeah, we'll put the link in the notes.
It to help you basically, it's brain, I forgot what we call them. But anyways, it's some suggestions.
Memory jogs? No, something jog.
Whatever it is, I need it right now.
It's something like
brain teaser?
Or memory jogs.
Memory jogs. Anyways, it's things to get you, because you're like, okay, spirituality, what does that mean? Do we go to Bible study? Are we going to church? We have some questions to help start the conversation.
Correct.
Around that area. So we have that available for download. So check that out.
Correct. Guess what else?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think what else.
I feel like we're at a good wrapping up point, right? So we gotta celebrate. We celebrate. We don't need to hold the people hostage.
That's true. That is true. So
I guess we can quickly talk about very quickly some of the things. I don't even know. Well, maybe we can't, because we haven't had the conversation in real life.
We haven't had the conversation in real life.
I was like, I don't want to say what we're going to do because we haven't talked about it.
We haven't talked about it. We haven't had our little retreat, so
I
we really can't even talk about it. So
yeah,
I guess we.
I will say we got some different stuff coming for season 4. I do know that. I can say that.
Okay.
And we're going to be more, because we still didn't talk about a lot of things. Yeah. And so I know for sure we got to do better on that. Okay. Because our list is just piling up.
That just means we have a lot more episodes for y'all, because we have a lot of things that we didn't get to this year. So we definitely have to put that on on the ticket.
Yeah, because this year has been a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
So, I guess being that it's our anniversary, what is what's the marriage tip? Is there a marriage tip for this episode?
Marriage tip is stay together. It's worth it.
Okay, I'll say like this: the marriage tip. We started the season off talking about being consistent. So as the new year comes around, you guys are setting these goals. Set a goal that you guys can, not so much be consistent, but set a, because I don't want to say I was out, but, set a goal for.
That was our word of the year.
Yeah, that was set a goal for you guys, so that when the year starts, this is something that you're working towards each and every day. So when the end of the year comes, you can say that, you know what, this is what we did. We worked on it. And like I said before, like, write it down, make it plain, have it somewhere that you guys can, periodically go over and be able to touch base back on these things. So when the year is over, you can say, look, we actually accomplished 80%, 70% of what we wanted to accomplish. So you guys can have that goal setting of knowing that you guys were able to do that. So that's what's like, just, really go ahead and download that. Go ahead and go download it.
Yes, download
it. And really take the time to, go through it with each other so you guys can plan for a great 2024.
And I will say, be okay with the evolution of yourself as well as the evolution of your marriage. This is us 15 years. After 15 years. When we said I do, we were not these people that you see today.
Okay. Saying the same person.
We had some work to do. And we still have work to do.
And we're still working. So.
But we have been able to evolve. And like we had said earlier in the episode about transitions, we have been able to transition and pivot like, honestly, no other. Like, I mean, I just don't know anybody who's been able to do it like we've been able to do it and still stay together. And still stay connected. Because I can't move. Now I jumped over here, okay? Keep that over there. I did not know that when we said I do 15 years ago, that this is what we will be. But I am very thankful and grateful for the journey and the lessons learned, whether they were
hard,
wanted or not.
Yeah.
But I will say that I am excited to see what the next 15 has for us, because no matter what, I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else but you.
I agree. When you said that, remember when our first and second year when we was in marriage ministry and we was meeting all these couples that was 20 years. Yeah. I'm like, we want to be there. We almost there.
I know, right?
We almost there.
We are almost there. I know, like we are. That's crazy.
Yeah, we said we wanted to be there, and we almost there.
We are.
Crazy.
And it's a good one. Yeah. It's not like we're not just trying to make it, like we're not together just for the kids.
Yeah.
We ain't together just try to make some, hit those numbers.
Yeah.
I know. Who would have thought it?
It's dope. I love it.
One step at a time.
One day at a time. Yep. All right. Well, we about to get off this because we about to enjoy our.
No, we already been enjoying.
Oh, yeah, we already enjoyed. That's true.
We hope y'all enjoyed this podcast.
I hope you enjoyed this episode.
We already enjoying our trip.
Yeah,
I already know. Because that's one thing we do well. We travel well, especially no kids. Oh, it's the best time is being had. I want you to know. The best time is being had right now. No matter whenever you watch it, a good time is being had.
Exactly. Okay? As always, follow, share, subscribe.
Yes.
And again, be on the lookout for next season when it comes out. I'm not saying when, but be on the lookout.
You gotta subscribe so you'll know.
You gotta subscribe. Just be on the lookout because we'll be posting things here and there.
Yep.
So just
also, our Us Period shirts are available. Go ahead and buy it. It got different R&B songs. Well, no, just songs, right? Or R&B? I don't know.
It's all
There's songs that relate to relationships and love.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it is YouTube. Period. Where is it? Sorry, period.
Us, period.
Well, I didn't know if it was backwards. Anyways, but these shirts are available to purchase, and hopefully, because we did make a challenge to ourselves.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there's some vlogs, some little reels, some videos up. So be sure to check those out as well.
As well. I would say this. Also, go to our website, thebsideofmarriage.com.
Yes.
Check everything out there. Join the list, our newsletter and stuff like that, because we got.
Are they coming back?
I'm not.
Maybe not.
But
I don't know. You got to be subscribed to know.
Because when we're gonna have hopefully some stuff coming out soon. So
we're gonna have some stuff coming out.
I want everybody to be in the know when it actually comes out. So.
No, good.
So, well.
That's good.
We can't say until next week
No,
because
but we can say until next season.
Until next season.
Because remember, the real work begins at I do. Peace.
Peace.